take some time, do some research. Piqua is no longer the city of opportunity. We've been passed by businesses and everything else. This could possibly take us into the future. Not only having a dispensary here, but the city would be really smart to take over the old nursery on 25A and be a grower. You could corner the market. I did some research through Springfield, Illinois. Okay, I know Ohio and Illinois are different. There's going to be different laws. They opened their dispensary in February of 2016. They have had one police call the whole time, and that was for a welfare check, and it was unfounded. They have over 350 customers a week. So just imagine the city of Piqua having a really nice dispensary in maybe one of the old buildings downtown and having 300 people come through Piqua. And last week, at the last meeting when it was said, well, let them go to Sydney, if Sydney approves it. That's just wrong. If everybody, all these towns around here say, no, we don't want this, no, we don't want this. Where are people supposed to go? I have a friend who's 79. She's got Parkinson's. She's supposed to be in a car to go to Cincinnati. That's not right. It's been voted in. It's taking us into the future. And I really, really think you need to stop and think about what's going to happen. I was at the third reading of the water bill when Mr. Vogt, you talked about 20 years ago, somebody, came up with the money to do the, all the water bill things, and it was rejected. And he said, in 20 years, you'll be kicking yourself. And yes, now you're kicking yourself.
That wasn't about the water, that was about the sewage plant.
The sewage plant. But yeah, I kick you every time I get my utility bill now because it's gone up so much. But what's going to happen in 20 years? This is a chance for Piqua to step into it, or else the laws are not in place. I realize this. There's a lot of ifs, ands, and buts. But get your foot in the door, I just hope you stop and think about it before you say no.
Smart thing to do would be to extend the moratorium until the rules are in place. Don't go to an outright ban, because I don't think it would be changed even if the rules were in place. I personally don't smoke it myself, so, but I have friends that do. I won't begrudge them a little smoke, and I don't think you should either. Thank you.
And I do believe when the state comes down with the rules in place for every dispensary, cultivator, and all that, it will be reconsidered. But we cannot put anything on the books that is so, if wishy-washy is what they've presented us with at this time. Realizing that there are people that need this, and hopefully they will find a place close to get it. But contrary to what the last gentleman said, he has friends that smoke. This is not for people that smoke. This is for people that are sick. That's all I have to say.
We have talked for the past couple of meetings about this, and we have talked about the fact, I believe the number is 66. That is the approved number in the state of Ohio at this point. There are many more cities and counties and jurisdictions within the state, so 66, we have no idea where those would end up. But again, as I said before, I think this puts us in the driver's seat. It allows us to make a decision, and then as we look back, as we know what's going on with the state, we can revisit that. I agree that for some people, for medical reasons, it is important, but I think for the city at this point, making this decision is a good thing for us to do, so when it comes time to revisit this, we will be in the driver's seat and we won't have somebody else telling us what to do.
All of their ducks in a row and all the rules and everything that says you can do this and you can't do that, all in place before they voted this in, I probably have a lot less issue with this than I do now. with us voting to say, yeah, we'll just leave it open, the state can close the door that says you have control. I would rather see the residents of Piqua have the control. All they have to do is, if somebody petitions the Beasley Air Planning Commission to make a dispensary, then it would go across that board and it comes across this one. It's not rocket science, it's not an outright ban. I'd rather see us proceed with caution.
Bill, and I think too that people don't realize that you just cannot grow marijuana anywhere. It cannot be grown within a certain distance from a public park, which would preclude the nursery space that is down 25A. So it's not as easy as we think it is, and we can revisit it.
Last meeting, they're not going to control this as a medicine with a prescription. It's going to come out as a, what they say, a recommendation. Recommendation. So we can't treat it like a drug like we do at a drugstore. So until it's in that state, I don't think it makes any sense to. It needs to be controlled like a medicine, or otherwise it will be abused. So.